right, what are we playing?
This little tune called Great River Road. Well, I done placed the Great River Road on an old guitar that was handed down.
It's been a while since Chicago Farmers had a new album. Mm-hmm. This is the first since before the pandemic, is that right? First full-length album?
The last one came out in February of 2020.
Oh, that was a great time to release an album.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I wasn't really eager to make a new record after that anytime soon. So there was a nice little 6-year buffer. And here we are. But it's long overdue, and I'm excited about it.
So Homeaid, it's a double entendre, the way that you've spelled the name of the album, Homeaid. But there's also the homemade aspect of all of your music throughout your career.
Back in 2013, I got a manager and started working with booking agents. But other than that, it's been all grassroots, organic. Homemade, exactly.
Yeah.
These songs are kind of like my life and my thing, my therapy. They're almost like, it's hard to just give them to somebody else. But I decided I've been doing it my own way for so long. It's time to try something new.
Say more about that, the kind of towing the line between you've had, tight control over what you put out for so many years, that calculus between letting go a little bit, taking a risk to maybe find a new place, and then also kind of maintaining what you need and want from that collaboration.
Sure. Well, it's definitely... everything's changed in the last 7 years so much. I was basically a troubadour folk singer, just my guitar and harmonica, and I started a band in 2019. Again, I just want to keep evolving, as an artist and a musician.
Does this feel just like the next thing, or does it feel like maybe an entrance point into something different?
It's definitely building and definitely growing, and I do love that. And the best part about it is, even though the team has grown and the team members have grown, it's still really about the songs at the core of it. But we're just trying to find as many unique ways to share the song with people, live and on the record. So it still comes down to me, just my pen and my notebook and my guitar. But then it evolves into this thing, and I think it's really just a cool way to put the poetry in motion.
I want to talk a little bit about some of the themes that bubble up in Homeaid. My experience with your music has been centered around kind of these little moments.
I lived on South Center Street in Bloomington, and I lived next to this rental house. And for some reason, the people who lived there often left abruptly. I'm not sure why, but they would leave their stuff in their yard without taking it with them. So I started, noticing, staring at their mattresses for several weeks as I would have my coffee and play my guitar on my front porch. And then I started noticing mattresses everywhere else. I would just travel around, and I started noticing them because I do travel a lot, but they were on top of minivans and in the back of pickup trucks and under viaducts in Chicago. And I was like, this is strange, as a songwriter you have to pay attention to these things, but also I didn't really want a mattress song in my repertoire.
And yet here we are.
There's a mattress by the side of the road. Somebody was holding on, but somebody let go. To the mattress by the side of the road. Papa was a painter, he used to paint the town. Now he's sitting in the waiting room debating how the baby boomers laid him in the ground. Yeah, it's malpractice, it needs another code.
I'm curious about some of those larger themes that bubble in, that are peppered with these other songs that are these really pinpointed, simpler moments, like the ones we just talked about.
Yeah, I think it is a dark time, and that's kind of what Homeaid is. I think we all need a little relief and assistance from all of this. I grew up a grunge kid, so the angst thing is definitely there. We recorded these songs in Cannon Falls, Minnesota, a place called Pachyderm Studio, where Nirvana recorded their In Utero album. So There was definitely some angst involved. So
There's some juju in that room, I
so
bet.
when I was singing Peshtigo, I was letting loose just a little bit more, letting that scream out just a little bit more. And that's kind of like therapy, really. Just I love being in front of a microphone with the band rocking and just belting it out, you know. And I think a folk singer's job is to sing about everything that's happening around in the world and at home. And I'm still that at the core, but now we got a little grit behind it and some rock and roll, and that's part of the evolving process, definitely. But I think one of my things I'm most proud of this record is none of the songs do sound the same, even though they do all kind of connect and maybe they all come from the same place, the Midwest and right here in Central Illinois. But I'm pretty proud of that. I think they all tell their own story, but tell a bigger story when they're put together. So I'm pretty proud of that, and I am a Midwest boy through and through. So I'm proud to represent us if folks will allow me to do so.
Well,
It's quite the
some
honor.
run away from it, right? They don't want to
Yeah.
be associated with their hometown, but
They
you're
do.
leaning in.
Well, you know, I've tried to get away, but that Central Illinois vacuum sucked me back several times, and I'm glad it did. It's home.
Not the